This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints. Discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. As promised, I said I was going to do a playthrough of the new revised edition of Fortune and Glory. So what we're going to do is today we're going to do setup. I'm going to try to fit in maybe half a turn or so because I don't want these videos to be terribly long. And then next week it'll be straight gameplay, but I want to show you some things, how we set things up, how we go about it. You'll get to see all the new the revised edition, what it looks like. It looks just like the other one, yeah. There's better dice. The tokens are different, so you know that may be a thing. But for those of you that can't get a hold of this game, this is coming out real soon. They're going to have the expansions for it. Flying Frog does a great job, and they will fulfill everything. They've been through a lot with COVID, and let's just give them the love that they deserve. And you know, to put this game, which I consider one of the Grail games, back into print for you guys. You're going to play this and you're going to love it. It's everything that you hoped it could be. So Fortune and Glory, the revised edition. Let's go down, get it set up, get ready to play, and get going. Alright, so we're going to be getting this game set up. I'm going to try to get rid of that little bit of glare, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem here. And we're going to be setting up for a cooperative game. Now, off camera, I've got all my Fortune and Glory off to the side here, just so in case you're wondering, and we'll just keep it off to the side because we don't need to have it going there. I'm going to be playing with two characters, and it's going to be Jacques Monroe. He is going to have combat that I'm really going to need. He's a scoundrel, which is fantastic, and he's French. Cunning is 3, lore is 3, agility is 2. That's going to help me out. He has greed, must have 2 additional fortune to win. Not the greatest of things. Underworld contacts and black market. May buy gear and common items for 1 less than normal. That's pretty good. Underworld contacts while in a city during his adventure phase may buy event cards for 3 glory each. That might help us. So I'm going to use him. And Li Mei Chen, she's a nightclub singer, but her thing is agility and cunning. Her lore isn't that great. Both characters have 1 defense, not high health, 3 combat. Hopefully that'll help us. Stealth, once per sneak test, may re-roll a single die, and she has martial arts. While you are not using a gun, once per fight round, you may either re-roll all your missed fight dice. Rolls of force your opponent to re-roll 1 of their successful fight dice. I think that'll help us out a bit. She's going to start in Hong Kong. He's going to start in Cairo, so I've got them both there. But I wanted to show you all the cards before I start putting them away and getting everything into the right areas that we want to do. So we drew our characters, and those are the 2 that we're going to go with, and I think that's going to work out real well. We're going to need the villain cards here, okay? I'm going to shuffle those up. We're going to put those off here so we'll know where they are when we need them. You don't need to see the cards as long as you know what I have here. We've got our villain track, which is going to be starting at 0. We've got dice here. We've got our 2 villains. We'll worry about them in a minute, and we will be randomly putting them someplace. We have our location cards. These cards are going to... Oops, I messed up and I have an adventure card there, but that's okay. We're going to shuffle these up. We're going to be using these to place people in locations and where our artifacts are going to be. Gear cards. We're going to have those. We're going to shuffle those up. These are the things that we are going to be trying to find and buy in cities and auctions and so forth and so on. We have our mission cards and of course our cliffhanger cards. We always draw from the bottom. It just makes it a lot easier so you don't know what's coming next. we're going to put those off to the side over here. Okay, maybe we'll put them in Siberia. There we go. Let's see. We've got Icebox Eddie and Vanessa Love. We're going to be using them. I'm going to put them over to the side for a minute, and just until we can get the rest of the cards kind of squared away. We have our city cards. So these, you're going to want to make sure that you shuffle really well, because when you enter city, you're going to be drawing a city card, which can either help or hurt you. Let's hope it doesn't hurt us. So we're going to move that over to where our dice are. Okay, so you guys can see that. And I'll just move this over a little bit here, down here, because, hey, don't worry about it. We got it. Next thing is our event cards. We want to make sure that we have event cards, of course. So we're going to take those and put those over here, because we're going to be drawing those a lot. Ally cards. Hopefully we'll run into some allies that'll help us, give us bonuses, and help us out throughout the entire campaign here. Enemy cards, just in case. We have our game reference cards. Just, you know, these are great because they kind of help you with the rules and stuff like that, and keep everything nice and neat. So I'm just going to put those there for now. Here's where we really got to make sure that we do everything right here, because we're going to start drawing our artifacts and our adventures and artifacts. Okay, so we're going to draw one of each off the top here, and it is going to be our very first artifact is going to be the Eyes of the Cursed Eye. That's interesting. Eyes of the Cursed Eye. Okay, and where's that going to be? Well, that location is going to be, it's going to be in Antarctica, of course, right? It's got to be where we are putting stuff, right? Antarctica. I should know where that is. Antarctica. Right over here, of course, right where we have put our thing. So we are going to put right here. Right, of course, you know, I've got to put my heroes where you can see them, and I cover up Antarctica. No problem. No problem. Okay. There we go. Now we have that. And that is going to be the Eyes of the Cursed Eye. Okay. I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to put the other piece there. So whoever's going to go after that will go after that. All right, we're going to put that location card on the bottom. So I'm going to move this out of the way here. I'll move this over so we can get Jacques out of the way. All right, and then we can have our bunch of things. We also have common items. I'm going to move those and just get them out of the way here. All right, our second artifact that we're going to be chasing across the world is the Tomb of the Azura Jewel. Now, as you can see, that has a pyramid with it. So we're going to need a pyramid. There's a whole bunch of different rules that go into that, but don't worry, we will cover that as we play. That's going to be in Arabia. Well, isn't that kind of cool? All right, because right there in Arabia is exactly where we need to be. All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to put that there. All right, and I will put that there. Perfect. All right. Then we are going to draw our third artifact of the Golden Mummy. And it is going to be the Caverns of the Golden Mummy. And of course, we need another pyramid, which I just happen to have. Now, I didn't get a chance to paint all this stuff. Maybe I will as we go. We'll see what happens. All right. That is going to be in South Africa. Oh boy, they're all over the place, right next to each other. So we're going to put that there, boom, and we're going to add that there. All right, well, hopefully we don't run into any villains over there, right? Yeah, well, we can hope for such little things. I'm going to bring this over here so we can see that. I'm going to bring him over here, and that way we can kind of keep this kind of close so we can see everything. I think eventually I'll go to the overhead camera. Right now we're just doing our setup and getting ready to play. All right, and then our final thing is going to be of Illusions. and is going to be the Temple of Illusion. Wow, these temples are all over the place. They're like volcanoes. Jeez. All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to shuffle this up a little bit, and it is going to be Persia. Persia. Oh, wow, they're right next to each other. All right, okay. And I did shuffle cards, and nothing you can do. All right, so we're going to grab another temple. We're going to put that there. And the Temple of Illusion is over in Persia. Well. Game is about to get a little complicated. All right, so we're going to put that there to mark which artifact it is, and we're going to put this on the artifact so we know exactly what it is. And we're going to take this location card and we're going to mix it back in. And there we go. All right, so now we'll get these adventure cards off the table. Boom. I'll just put them down here as we need them. We will draw them. Okay, we are going to be playing with the mob. Okay, and the mob, of course, as it says, their mob headquarters is always in Chicago, real far away over there, and their hideouts are placed in a random city, which, of all places, is in Berlin, which we had already figured out. There's going to be some special rules. We'll talk about that as we play. We're going to keep these cards off to the side here. But now we have to find out where our two arch villains are going to be. And what are they going to do? Heroes, inner space, female, seductive singer. First, let's find out where Icebox Eddie's going to be located at. Icebox Eddie is going to be start in the Ivory Coast. Wow, not good. So that is where Icebox Eddie is going to be starting, and we will put his card where we can see it and keep an eye on it. I'll put it up here with our mob. There we go. Move that out of there. And Vanessa Love is going to be starting in the Heartland, which, yeah, she's starting right over there in America. So very interesting how that's going to turn out for them. All right. So now that we have everything all set up, let's talk about what some of the game conditions are for playing a cooperative game. We are playing basically with 2 players. So we're going to need 20 fortune to win the game. They are going to need 15. We have 2 villains in play. And of course we are trying to defeat the mob. Hopefully we can do that. We are going to combine our fortune, of course, to hopefully win the game. We'll see how that works out. And we have our 2 heroes placed exactly where they need to be in Cairo and in Hong Kong. And then, of course, we roll initiative for each. So for him, he would get a 3 and she would get a 2. So of course, Jacques would go first. All right, so the way this works, just to let you know, it is going to be initiative, then you roll for movement, then we perform any actions that we can perform, and then that is going to end their turn. Maybe we should try to squeeze a turn in, then maybe we would have to, in that tomb, we would have to combat. We have to face 2 things, and combat would be to escape the tomb. We have to combat +6. It'd be good for Jacques to go in there, possibly. You know, he gets to go first. So let me just open to the page here to make sure I have everything ready. And, of course, we'll get going. Just a bit. Well, maybe we'll just do the heroes' turns very quickly, and we'll find out where we go. Now, if we rolled a 1, we would have got an event card, but we did not. So we're going to roll movement here. That is going to be a 6, which is going to be perfect for Jacques, and then 2 for our girl here, Miss Chen. So we're going to start with Jacques, of course. So why don't we're going to move. It's going to be connected, so we're going to move here, right in, and we're going to try to get that artifact. We want that the artifact, the tomb there. That's going to be pretty important to us. Now we have to face, after we move, we have to face, we're going to, once we roll our initiative, do our move, we are going to face, we're going to perform our actions. And, let's see what happens there. My actions, well, of course I'm going to go for that. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw from the bottom of this card, because I have to try to get through two of those. And of course it's a lore, right? Of course, a lore. Okay, so it says here, ancient puzzle, which is kind of fitting for being in there. In order to get to glory, we're going to have to, the gears are beginning to move. Decipher the ancient puzzle before it's too late. Now our lore, now all we need is 1 success. And our lore is 3, which isn't bad. So we would roll 3 dice. Okay, so, and we need a 5 on it. If we fail, it's not going to be very, very, very good. So no, we got the 5. Nice. So that's going to count as 1 success. Okay. And we have tokens for those, obviously. So we have 1 success here. Perfect. All right. So we're going to put that there. We'll get 3 glory for that, which is pretty huge for us. Whoops. Sorry about that, folks. Didn't mean for that noise to happen. And next, we're going to pull another card from the bottom. Boink. It's another lore. It's another ancient puzzle. How could that be? We're going to mix that up. We're going to mix that up. We're going to mix that up, folks. So let's see if we can get that to transpire real quick. Here we go. And sorry about that. And I'm just making sure that we shuffle this up real good so we don't end up with the same card like we just did. That wouldn't have been fair or fun. And boom. Oh, 5 lore, but I'm going to have to do it twice. Okay, because there are 2 X's here. Alright, and I need to roll a 5. Requires an extra X while at an ice area. No, we are not at an ice area. All I need to do is just make it there and we will be fine. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can roll another 5 there, which would be glorious unto itself. Come on, come on, come on, come on. No, we failed. Does he have any abilities? Greed? Nope. Underworld contact? Nope. So we are going to fail that, which means that we are going to have to face a cliffhanger the next time we go. Great. So that's going to end his turn. We're not going to be able to get that glory, but we do have that 1 success. So hopefully that'll work out for us. Now for her, we are just going to move 1. And then, I believe moving through mountains can cost a certain amount of things. I think that's all we can do is actually move there because of the mountainous range, which will get in our way a bit. So that would end that, and then she would have no actions there, and we're going to stop right there because this video is going to be too long. But when we come back, we're going to continue on. We're going to do the villain phase, and we will get going as we are trying to, get as much fortune as we can before these horrible, horrible mobsters do. Okay, because if they get 15 and they do attribute it quick, we will lose the game. And as you can see, Icebox Eddie is right near one, and he'll get moving right towards it pretty quickly. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. So we'll be back with our next episode next week, and get ready for more Fortune and Glory, the revised edition. So as you can see, everything is kind of good. The things were cleared up. The rule book is nice and cleared up. People had asked if there was a lot of major differences. No, there isn't. But it's a smaller box. It's easy to contain and just wonderfully done. So we will continue in our next episode. We got to find out what happens to the Yeti attack, and can Miss Chang survive where she's headed? And well, of course, she's heading to Peru, of course, if she can make it. And we'll see if we can outbeat the mobsters. So we'll see you next time. Let's go up top and get my final thoughts. Well, there you have it. We got it all set up, and we run right into a cliffhanger. I should have waited. But I you just want to start chucking dice and get going in with this one. Next week it will be all gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is a lot of fun, and it'll give you a look at the revised edition, the rule book, and everything. There are some things that I'm going to be downloading on BGG to kind of help us along, and I'll show you as we go, because they do have some neat stuff on there that I can laminate and add to this fantastic edition of Fortune and Glory. Until next week, when we do it again, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.